That's right. It's love. Come get on board our friendship train. August the 20th, 2013. Woo! First, giving honor to the creator of this universe and all that inhabits it, and to my mother, Shirley Hardy, the elder in my life, I greet you all in love and kindness. You are tuned into Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends right here on the airwaves of Inner Light Radio, the healing frequency. Our focus is with the 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. You are listening to a live broadcast. You can email your questions or comments to innerlightradio@yahoo.com, innerlightradio@yahoo.com. You can call in with your positive conversation to share 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. We do ask you to mute your phone, and we will announce you to join the conversation by your number or your Skype name. And you can also Facebook Brother Jamal any questions or comments that you may have. I'm Dr. Karen Davis-Foulks. They call me Dr. K, and I thank you so much for tuning in to this show. For on this show, we honor all who have and all that will emancipate from medical mental slavery. My message is: health is all about consciousness, and healing is truly a function of consciousness. So on this show, we invite you, family, community, and friends, to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your very own personal healthcare prescription plan. So we say, what prescription will you create for your healing journey? We are sharing the natural laws and principles for life and health. So, are you ready? Is anybody ready to come get on board the friendship train of healthcare? We are taking a Harriet Tubman's ride, and you know there is no greater ride. For on this ride, it is all about self-healing and self-help, health education for longevity and peace. You don't need a ticket, cost you nothing. We invite you to just come get on board. So, welcome to the Wellness Checkpoint. Now is the time to check the pulse of my regular friends joining me in the chat room are Wanda Whitaker from Anchored in Spirit. She's in Pacifica, California. Rachel Pope with Let's Talk Wisdom, Blessings Flow Empire, Waldorf, Maryland. And again, I'm Dr. K from Washington, D.C. And we are all here on planet Earth to be a reminder to each other that all that you are is a result of all that you have thought. So what are you thinking now, my friends? Who is in the driver's seat of your divine temple? Is it you or someone else? Are you ready to become an observer of your life? We're talking about conscious self-care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. Joining us once again on Health Talk Health Wise, we have Apostle Ron Spears. He's coming back to share with us some information about what's been happening at his paradigm of shifting energies at his church and what he's doing for himself. And we're so glad that he's going to be joining us back for part of this show today, sharing with us some information on how to care from your health through a biblical perspective. So at this time, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for all your calls and your emails and your Facebook messages. We all appreciate it. So how you been doing, Wanda?
Karen, I am doing great. I am breathing in the new and breathing out the old. You know, I never thought of it like that, but that's what we do when we come in, when we're born. We're breathing in the new, and when we go out, we're exhaling. But we're bringing in the new again as we go on in spirit.
That's very good. That's good. Breathing in and breathing out the new, because it's all still new, because you get to go back to being your light, divine energy self. How wonderful. Woo! Energy never dies. It just transforms itself. So how was your week, Wanda?
It was great. I co-facilitated a soul collage workshop this weekend, and it was so enlightening. I don't know if people are familiar with this process, but it's a very creative process which was founded by a woman named Sina Frost that allows you to access the soul through intuition and create your own deck of cards, like a tarot deck of cards. And so it's somewhat different from a vision board because you select the images, no words, from magazines or personal photos, calendars, postcards, whatever you have, and you place them on these little small pre-cut boards in a collage. And these images actually call you to them. And you'll find
Wow.
that what you create has a really deep and personal meaning to you. And the first time
Wow.
we did the workshop, it was great. It was great. And
Mm.
we had an equal amount of men as women.
Wow, so that had to have been extra special. That was good. So that's like an observation experiment where you can actually see that you're creating your own reality. So that's good. And that'll help people really make that shift and change when they're doing something like that. So it's definitely different than a vision board because I do a health board slightly different than a vision board. But that you're creating your own soul cards. That's what's
That's
unique
right.
about that program right there. So and you co-facilitated that program.
Yeah, it was
Ooh,
great.
so we get to have something done like that.
Yeah, everybody
You
had a
hear that, Rachel?
fantastic time. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we get
Rachel
to
probably
work that
knows
out.
about that.
We get to work that out. Dang, that's great, Wanda. Thanks for
You
sharing
you
that.
you can work with the cards yourself, or you can take them to a friend's house to use in support groups or as part of therapy, or you can just use
Hmm.
them on your coffee table.
Yeah, because a lot of people use those cards. I know I work with cards. I work with the vibe cards, and to actually create your own set of cards for yourself and then be able to use them, that is a great gift. That's excellent. Wow. I'm looking forward to being a part of a workshop, Wanda.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm ready for you.
Hey, hey, Rach, how's it been going for you this week?
Wow. I'm coming off from what Wanda stated concerned about the breath, but mine will be focused on the wind.
Mm.
And yeah, from us doing this power walk and sat at the lake, and Monique shared something her grandmother shared with her, and we seen these ripples come across the lake, and it was, she said, Grandma said, that's God whispering. And I like, wow, the ripple effect of the waves, and we were appreciating the air, the wind, because we were sweaty. And I was like, wow, I will always look at wind a different way. And then I saw this gust of wind coming through the trees. It looked like a big giant coming through, moving the limbs out of the way. It was a gust of wind. I said, wow, look at that wind. A big giant is coming. But I'm going to tell you something. My weekend, I shared it with my godmother. She had an outdoor concert, and I was able to do face painting on myself to show my new design for adults and stuff like that. And she called me. She said, "Look, I want you to create a sign for me." And little did I know, I had packed the same colors that I had on my face based on her color scheme in case my makeup came off. Well, I wound up using the makeup to make this sign, and everybody was posing in front of it. So you guys get to see it on Facebook. So it
Wow.
was really nice concert. It really was.
Well, Nancy
Those
can sing her heart out. I know she brought
40 and
everybody to
over,
I know she
40
brought
and over.
everybody.
But look, she talked to me today. She said, I got to come on the show. I fell out, started laughing because, you remember
Yeah,
we did the kids on the
yeah,
radio. So
yeah.
I got the kids. She calling me back again for
Oh,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All the kids going to school.
okay.
So I'll be with the kids again.
Oh, okay. So that'll be cool. But
She,
definitely, Nancy is definitely welcome to come on the show anytime. But I like the fact that you were talking about the wind element
yes,
and
yes.
ripples on the water and the
Oh,
water the key of life
the
and the
key of
ripples
life.
the waves because that's all it's all about is waves and particles and if we
Yes.
get down to the understanding of that quantum physics and seeing who you really are, that is true divine. So Monique's grandmother said that that's God's whisper coming over the
Yes.
waves of the water.
It was
I like that.
so, yes, it was so serene. And I just laid back on the bench. I said, come on, God,
So y'all
just
have
blow
fun with
me.
this walking around the pond and
Oh,
getting
yeah.
information and
Oh,
dealing with the elements of
and,
life.
and, and guess what? I finally see my first hummingbird at the window. The hummingbird
Oh,
lady brought me the little hummingbird feeder, and
yeah.
before I came upstairs, the hummingbird showed up. I said, "Wow!" I said, "Monique, is that the same one?" She said, "That's the same one. He got his own feeder, girl."
Wow. Wanda, did you hear this excitement in Rachel's voice when she talked about the hummingbird?
Yes,
It's so
it's
cute.
a return to nature is what I'm
Yeah, do you hear this?
I have to admit, I'm a country girl, and I truly love nature.
We all do, and we just don't realize it. That's the divine nature in us all. We absorb that same light, that same energy. And it's interesting that Nancy had you draw a sun, because I like what Dr. Nate says. One thing about the sun shines on everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you want it to or not. So smile. So we
Yes.
want to thank y'all for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise. We're excited. We're going to be talking to Apostle Ron Spears. He's going to share some wonderful information with us because, as our regular listeners know, the mission of the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day event, which is every April 30th, we are bringing on churches on board, our friendship train, so that we can reach a large number of our community to take a different stance, to take a different look at how they can for themselves and actually really just take self-responsibility. That's what we are talking about. And so we can do that through many ways. And so Apostle Ron Spears is going to share with us after we take this commercial break and come back and share. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Are you looking to raise funds for your organization? Do you want to help others from becoming a healthcare statistic? If so, join our effort, The Art of Shift, designed to help organizations to increase funds while raising consciousness to a new level of health awareness and abundance through art. Composed to reprogram the subconscious mind, the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery art print by Wanda K. Whitaker symbolizes the breaking away from the old paradigm of putting all the responsibility on the physician to conscious self-care healthcare. The art print contains symbols representing sacred geometry, healing color frequencies, and ancient knowledge. Knowledge that alerts the conscious mind to make a shift towards conscious healthcare. Place your order today and receive the licensing rights to print the image yourself, or buy a print for as low as $15. The choice is yours. For more information, visit www.the4celllife.com.
Boom, 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 dun, dun. Yes, that's correct. The Art of Shift movement, conscious self-healthcare moves. We have the print that was donated by Wanda K. Whitaker. That print is a way of uniting the community. We all can become one with sharing this one movement of conscious self-healthcare moves, being responsible for your own self-healthcare. And that print that Wanda created, all information is available on my website, forcelllife.com. So we invite you to go out there, read that information, and become a partner. Well, you know, I had a great week this week, but one of the most outstanding things that I did this week was I actually took the time to take Mama Ayo Handy Kendi's breathology certification course. And I'm telling you, I had a fantastic time. The people that were in the class with me had a wonderful time. And when we did the connection, breathing of mind, body, and spirit, breath, oh, wow, it was truly transformational for so many, many people. And to understand that breath is the first food of life, breath is the spark of life for cellular life, and it was just simply wonderful. Most people know that I'm a doctor of lymphology, that I teach a course in cellular ecology, foundational healthcare, and it's all about the lymphatic system. The heart is the pump for the circulatory system, our feeding system, but the breath of life is the pump for the lymphatic system. And that is the number one reason why cells create cellular malfunction. It's because the lymphatic system is not purifying the body. So when you learn to breathe and breathe deeply and breathe in harmony and balance, you are definitely nourishing your body to cleanse itself of all things unloving and unkind to it. So I encourage anyone in the Washington, D.C. area, internationally and nationally, to contact Mama Ayo Handy Kendi for a breath certification course, tended, not that you want to be a breathologist, but if when you go through the whole course, you'll learn so many different breaths to help you rejuvenate and heal your body. And this is what we're talking about. The number one ingredients for life of this manifested being is oxygen. The true formula for life is oxygen, pumps, equals electricity equals power. And so we're talking about taking care of our divine being. And so Apostle Ron Spears is on the air with us once again. He was here, I believe, in June, and we have that video conversation out on my YouTube channel. You can go back and listen to our first conversation with him, sharing some wonderful, insightful information about his health journey. And today he's back to share some more with us. I know we have a caller on the line. Before I bring Apostle Ron Spears on, caller, did you want to share with us, or are you just listening in? 4256. Greetings. Are you just listening, or do you have a question? Okay, we'll say that you're just listening in. Welcome once again to Health Talk Health-Wise, Apostle Ron Spears. Share with us a little bit about yourself and share with us what's going on.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I have enjoyed listening to you guys as y'all are taking real simple things and created rooms of health. And I kind of put something together listening to all three of y'all this time, and just realized that I'm gonna bring a scripture in with it. It's the fact that in Matthew 16, what it says, that Peter was given the keys to the kingdom, and I listened to each one of you all. It was little simple things that you all said, but it created such a pathway to self-help. And I said, "Wow, man!" It is amazing how that sometimes that we forget that we are a creature of nature. And being a creature of nature, the nature is the part that keeps us functioning, and we get away from that so much. And I just learned a lot just listening to this time. So thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you. Okay.
Most welcome. Thank you.
But anyway, my name is Ron Spears. I'm the pastor and founder of Faith and Power Christian Center in Dunn, North Carolina. I serve in the office of an apostle. I have a PhD in Christian education. I guess they call a health fanatic. I've been athletic inclined all my life. I've also kept myself away from toxic drugs, taking those to find cures in, because once again I understand that it comes from the Hebrew or the Latin word pharmaco, which means witchcraft. So I kind of like stay away from that. And but I do want to say that my ministry embraces it a lot, as far as staying away from a lot of pill taking, and we've had some great results as far as people learning certain things. Like, I had no idea the power of aloe vera juice, right? Until some of the members started taking it, and it's phenomenal. And so it's just things that we do. Like I said, the Bible tells us that when Peter got the keys to the kingdom, and when you begin to look at, and I believe Rachel has said something about the wind, and that it was that her companion, her godmother, was saying that was God speaking through the wind. And once again, we were designed, when I go back and study the kingdom, we were designed to actually live by kingdom principles. And those kingdom principles was totally based on the nature that God had already created. I listen to you guys talk about breathing, and many people don't understand that, because of the fact that in Genesis we were created by the breath of God. So therefore, that should be one thing that we looked at immediately because of the fact it was a breath that created us, that gave us the energy to be who we are. And therefore, if it's done that way, then the simple solution to maintaining it would have those breathing methods that you were talking about earlier, Dr. K. And but it's very important that we really study the scriptures real closely about our health, and because God has already provided that for us. And when we talk, what has happened in our lifetime is that we have transferred systems. We got away from the system that God created for us to have here on this earth realm. And because he said this, and he said, above all, I wish that you prosper and be in good health, as your soul prospers. And we have so artificially inflamed our bodies to the fact that we forget that everything has been created for us to exist here and to exist in harmony with the breath that was blown into us. And whenever we go against what our bodies was created to do, it causes reaction. And right now, so many people that are getting called for that's going through cancer right now, I share with them the kingdom method, and because of fear, a lot of times people just won't, break away from the chemical dependency, but and understanding that it's killing their cells. I listened to you again, Dr. K, as you're talking about the regeneration of cells, and I think that's a study that probably needs to be amplified more. In fact, not only on your program but in church. So I'm going to be tapping into your knowledge about that, because that's something I really want to know more about, simply because of the fact God created the body to heal itself. And I know that cell regeneration is something that happens continuously in our body. And but I still don't have the knowledge that you have about it. But I'm going to tap into you, so you get ready for that one. But one of the things I want to encourage the body of Christ is to please go back and look at the system of the kingdom. One of the things that happened that I shared not too long ago with a body of believers is the fact that God carried me back to something in Genesis, I think 11:2, and where we talk about all the time the harmony of one speech, and when they're building the Tower of Babel, and when they was building it, the Bible said that God scrambled their language because they had a desire within themselves to build all the way up to heaven. And so a lot of times we looked at that as being, okay, God is trying to, God did that to keep them from building. But the thing was that God was trying to stop a system that was getting ready to interfere with his natural existence that he had. And so he scrambled the language so that they couldn't have a consistency of talking to each other in a negative way and building a negative tower. And so therefore, because of the fact that we have been limited, to the knowledge of cell regeneration and things of that aspect, the world has got a language that talks about pharmacy dependency. And so the first thing that happens when somebody feels pain, they look for a pill, because that's the language that's been shifted. That's the language that has taken away from kingdom language. Kingdom language doesn't require us to do that first. I was reading something very interesting, and I know that this is elementary to you guys, but the thing was that whenever a person takes an aspirin and for a headache, that it's not really the aspirin that does it, it's the water. It's the water that actually heals that headache. And so I began to do a little bit more, and one of the things is that it stated, this was on a natural herbal book I was reading, was the fact that, okay, when you first have a headache, first thing you do is go take the water first. Just take 2 or 3 glasses of water and watch the headache go away. And it does, to them to have it. And so it is a system that has paused us from the truth. The Bible says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Not set you free, but it's going to make you free. And so therefore, we have to learn some truths about some things that even the church has wanted to be in darkness about. And so I encourage every listener, and especially pastors or laity of the church, go back and understand and really understand the kingdom system. Because I'm telling you, not only will the kingdom system cause you to be in health, but it'll save you a whole lot of money because of the fact you won't be in dependency upon what the world system has. One of the things that we never look at that whenever we take certain things that it has a hallucinating effects, and so to me right then that is what John 10 says, that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and then destroy you. Because if you can't think, then you lost it all. And
oh, Lord.
so, simple things. And once again, this is elementary to you guys, but I'm bringing it on a spiritual aspect. Simple things. Like I heard somebody said earlier that one thing about the sun, that it shines on everybody, and I think that was Dr. K that stated that statement. Well, people don't get enough of that, because of everything is enclosed now. We got everything that's so automated that is right at our hands that we don't take the advantage of what the sun offers itself as giving us energy to do what we need to do. That vitamin D that comes from that sun and everything. So I want to applaud Ms. Pope for getting out doing power walks outside, and I applaud you because a lot of times we stay inside the gym and it's good, but yet those 10 minutes to a half an hour outside with the right release of the sun is one of the most healing aspects that I have ever felt. Anytime I feel drained any type way, I get out there and I take advantage of the sun, and it's like Superman. It gives you back that strength that what the kryptonite tries to take away from your life. And so
I like that.
So I want to encourage people. The basic things here, once again, I talked about, trying to take the water first. Take advantage of the sun. That breathing is so important. So important. Simple things. Tension in the back of your neck. Lifting lifting up your shoulders up towards your neck and taking the right tight breath 3 times releases the tension in the back of your neck. It's just and I had a whole nother way I was going, but you guys started talking about these. I call them little simple rooms of recovery. You guys started talking about them, and so it kind of got me kind of motivated in this area.
I think it took you I think it took you in a divine era that Apostle Paul wanted us to go into. And
watch out. And y'all actually
and see, Apostle Ron Spears. My motto is, and the hypothesis that I share with people is the most simplest form is the best form. So the most simplest form of taking care of yourself is to know that you are nature. And so that's the simplest form. So you saying we keep it simple. We keep it simple here too. So the message is keep it simple. It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all how to care for yourself. Keep it simple. The messages are all around you. Just keep it simple and don't get it complicated, and you will be able to do this. But I like the way you put it. And as we move forward with this movement to bring in more pastors and more churches, I'm going to take your lead and I'm going to tell them that we're talking about to design your life by the kingdom principles
There you
and
go.
be
That's it.
kingdom courageous and be a
Mm-hmm.
kingdom giver. And if you don't understand what that means in translation, then I'm sure that from what you said here, and if you give me a script, I can say, well, this is what the kingdom principles truly mean as far as you taking responsibility of your health and using and reading that information in the Bible that teaches you how to do that and what it's all about. And like you said, the breath of life, the first thing that God did was gave breath into everything. We can look at it that way as being waves and particles, and how we look at that God particle within ourselves. And so breath is everything. Wanda stated in her beginning talk, you breathe into this world and you breathe when you return back to the divine being self that you truly are. So breath is everything. Like I said, breath is the first formula for understanding cellular activity within the body, because the breath turns on the pumps and the breath can shut off the pumps, and the pumps are your cell. And that means that you'll create stagnation. You have limited energy to do the best that you can be to create that power. So we're talking about keeping it simple. So I'm going to come back and let Wanda and Rachel share with what you said. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to share how we feel about what you just said with us, Apostle Ron
Okay.
Spears. I got to catch myself when I call you Apostle Paul. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. And Apostle Ron Spears gave us an observation that we can use to understand conscious creates, and that is as simple as a headache. Before you reach for that aspirin, and water, why not just do the water? 99% of the time, we are dehydrated because the foods that we eat, the first thing that it does is pulls water out of the body. And so just replenishing yourself with water whenever you're feeling whatever you're feeling, whether pain or whether you're just feeling not yourself, lethargic, drink some water. Wanda.
That is so true. That's so true.
Apostle Ron Spears is, right on point. He said nature keeps us functioning.
Well, if you really pay attention to your body, it's telling you everything. A headache.
Hold on for 1 minute, Wanda. If somebody's on the line, can you mute your phone? We can hear you, and then we'll call you in to share with us. But can all callers on in the chat room please check and mute your lines? Thank you. Go ahead, Wanda.
Anyway, the body with a headache is just saying something is going on with me. I need to change something. I need to do something. And yes, water is the first thing you should grab, because we know that water can clear a headache. And that's an indication that the body is not receiving enough water, and we should not have to wait till we get a headache before we drink in water, because that's the alert sign from the body. I really love what Apostle Ron Spears has been talking about, and I give him kudos for coming on the show. It takes a courageous person sometimes to come on, especially a person of faith, to come on Health Talk, Health Wise. So I want to first of all say thank you for all of the words that you have given us, and it's truly been a blessing. Secondly, I want to just talk about the Gospel of John when it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." It's through our breath that we form words. You know, if you think about it, it's not until you blow into the windpipe and hold the notes that you get sound. It's the same thing with the breath and the voice. So we don't form words without the breath. And your breath, when you breathe out, is like the wind. You just breathe out. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. So we get our life from the breath of God. The other thing is I can think of is the cancer cannot survive in an oxygenated body. It just can't.
It just can't.
And,
it cannot.
And we are one ecologically with nature.
Woo woo.
If we breathe, we wouldn't be able to breathe.
Woo woo. Woo
So
woo.
we're not separate. We keep thinking we're separate. No, we're in this together.
I know Apostle Ron Spears made that real plain and real simple for people, how to people look at themselves and to readjust their thinking to what we're talking about. Caller 54256. If you could mute your phone, we would appreciate it. We realize that interference is coming from your open line. So if you're going to stay in the chat room, please mute your phone, extension 4256. You know, Wanda, you just bridged what Apostle Ron Spears was talking about. You just made it even more simpler for people to understand that how powerful it is if they were, because Apostle Paul was saying how people live in fear, where if you are loving yourself and loving God and loving the understanding and loving the kingdom, then you know that fear means that you're not loving really. So if you embrace love, you will automatically let go of fear, because in the truth of who you are and how to take care of your body is only loving yourself and honoring yourself and putting yourself first and doing what's good for yourself and not getting caught up in the illusion of the system, what the system says to you. It's like when I suggest to people as a conscious healthcare practitioner and working with you through your conscious thinking, the question is, you're conscious and you're consciously aware, but is that conscious awareness coming from a man-made mindset of human conscious awareness? And most time we're elevating ourselves in that same mindset. We haven't moved out of it because we're stuck with principles and rules and regulations that is of man creation, not of natural harmony and nature creation. So we step away from it. So I'm here to assist you with looking at your own reality and saying, what mindset are you really creating it from? In order to do something different, you've got to do it from a whole different mindset, not elevating yourself in that same mindset. You have to see yourself doing something different. So that's what we're talking about here. And we're so appreciative I'm appreciative of the way this conversation has gone today and the way it's continued going. And Wanda, you tied in again the wind and what Rachel was talking about in her earlier talk, and how powerful the wind is moving through things. And most people think wind is destructive, but wind has a purpose just like rain and water and every other element, and what it does for us and how it helps move things through harmony in nature. And that's Rachel's segue in.
Well, you know, listen to the wind. Sit on a mountaintop and listen to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
There is a language there. You know, it's saying something.
It is. It is.
And, one more thing, Apostle Ron Spears talked about the language of pharma. Mm-hmm. Well, that language has been purposely changed from the natural to the unnatural. Mm-hmm. It has been purposely manufactured that way. Mm-hmm. And we, again, through the marketing, it's been a long process that this has happened. But over the years, we have changed completely from the natural to the unnatural. I mean, it's the antithesis.
It's a moment of realignment to the truth of who you are, as Apostle Ron is sharing with us, that you can make this illusion of reality go just like that. And so, Rachel, what you want to share with us?
Oh, man, I'll try to see where to start, but I want to say Thank you thank you, Ron, for being who you are and sharing sharing the great information that you laid upon us, especially coming from the Word, so that the people can understand what they need to do. But you know what, guys? This week I had went to retrieve my X-rays from back in 2008, and that was the incident of a cellular malfunction, they so-called cancer. And I got to look at those things. And Kay, the image that I seen in my breast was an image of an eagle. You hear me?
Mm.
Wanda, you hear that?
I
Are
can,
you hear me?
Hmm.
Both images was an eagle, and I was like, "Am I seeing right? An eagle soaring in the wind?" But that was the transformation that took place with me, pertaining to doing things naturally. That's when Andy came in my life and brought me the right things to eat, like Ron mentioned, the water, alkaline your body. He said, your body is acidic, and he was bringing me all these juices, all these greens, and I never did like kale but I learned to like it then, and I learned to, like he said, go out and get some sun. I was doing things that made me happy. I was out walking in the sun in the morning time with nutrients of the vitamin D. And even today, like you mentioned, early in the morning, because things in your house can be toxic, like the rug. I can't stand carpet, but I know to me it does something to me. I can't wait to get out in the morning to be with Monique and catch my breath. About 10 minutes, I'm normal. So it's like, wow, thank you, God, for the air. Thank you for the wind. Thank you. I was just thanking, thanking, thanking. And before I know, I was leaving Monique, turn around. Monique, come on. I said that I'm walking kind of fast today. And we
Lungs
went
is open
further
wide up,
out.
huh? Lungs is open
Yeah.
wide up, getting
Oh,
that breath.
girl. And we did it within the hour's time, knowing we stayed longer. But I was kind of surprised at the time that we had done going there and fed the fish and the turtles, and then we kept going back, and we were still faster. And I said, "Wow, that's amazing." And is my leg gonna give out on me? Nah, let's keep it going. But I'm just saying that like what Ron mentioned, the air,
oh my
alkaline
God.
your body. I got rid of that stuff naturally. And so I'm in the books, the records for the doctors and stuff, because
Oh,
it came out on its own.
2 hours,
So if
Joey.
y'all don't believe, faith and believing in yourself, loving yourself, appreciating, put it in the things that your body needs, that is required the way God designed, and watch what happens.
Woo, Rachel.
Mm.
That's really wow, powerful. You went back and got your old records from 2008, and you saw an
I
eagle
got
in
my
there,
records.
and so that means that you have manifest to me. You manifest an image in your body to have yourself soar into the area that you went into, loving yourself again. And nature, the eagle resembles and you have the cards over there for animal medicine. That is powerful, and then like you said, our brother Andy Evans. Came along, your dear
Yes.
friend, and reminded you to get back to eating God's way of eating. So
Yes.
and bringing Apostle Paul back into the conversation. Genesis 1:29 states, "Behold, I have given you every herb, vegetable, bearing seed, which is upon the face of all earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed, and for you it shall be for food and meat." And so we're talking about how to nourish your body. There was an article that we talked about last week that was called Fat in Church. And so we're really looking at the members of the church to look at how you're feeding when you're having all these different services at church, 3 and 4 times a church, and the foods that you're allowing to be in church. And then we're not saying that we need to tell people how to eat. We just want to provide them with the right information, the right nourishing words to help them understand what is breaking their body down. And the number one thing that's breaking their body down, of course, is their consciousness, of course, is the lack of breath, but then it comes to the material plane of who we are, and that's the foods that we're using to take care of this body. So, Pastor Ron Paul, what do you have to add in?
Oh, you
to
got me
just
now? Okay,
yeah, I got
I'm
you
on.
back. I got you
There you
back
go.
in. Yeah, I know. There you go. Thank you. So you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
take it from here with
Um,
everything we've shared and what you want to now bring to a greater understanding for our Christian community.
well, you guys did well. um, I tell you, just 129 was the perfect one to kind of close my statements. I do want to say that you had a pharmacist that's a friend of mine, that's also a minister that tapped onto y'all's broadcast, and he called me and he said, "Oh, how you doing, Apostle Ron?" And then he said, "Well, man, I meant to call you Apostle Paul." I said, "Well, I know you listen to it then, because y'all are always wanting to do that." so you starting something out there. No, me. But anyway, I once again, I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to come and share. And I was just obedient to the Spirit that time, because once again, I was not going to go that way. But y'all motivated me in that area. So I do thank you. And actually, I came away with more knowledge today than I did saying anything. So I feel like one of your listeners today instead of being a guest, because I've learned a lot. And so I just want to tell you guys to keep doing what you're doing. And I'm going to be tapping on your knowledge to bring it in together with what God has given me, and maybe together we'll bring a consciousness to everybody around the nation in every aspect, every walk of life, that they can be health conscious, and I like one of the things you guys always state is the fact is trying to maintain happiness, the right attitude. The Bible says, "So a man think in his heart, so is he." So that is so important to try to negate all negative vibes that come around you, and be positive no matter what it looks like, because that positive energy will turn into I call a health pill for you down the road, because our biggest enemy is how we think about our own self and how we generate all that negativism around us. So I thank you. I just want to thank you guys again, and my prayers are with you guys if y'all doing this, nationally and internationally. And Rachel, thank you for introducing me to him, and I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome, and I appreciate you
Oh,
too,
we
brother.
appreciate you so much, and I am so thankful to have you on board this friendship train of healthcare freedom, and wanting to, through your words, out of your mouth, to say we're gonna move forward and bring as many pastors and faith leaders onto this just basic divine understanding that how we just can basically take care of ourselves and not give our temper over to somebody else, their responsibility. Because it's all about self-care, and it's written, and it's easy to do if you just keep things simple. So I'm thankful that you want to work with us and keep this train moving forward to assisting other people. And from out of your mouth, when you said, so is the person's happy, from the feeling within their heart, because heart creation is what it's all about, and not being so much concerned with the brain intelligence, but to work from intuitive heart and the heart frequency of what life is all about. And so I'm just excited for this whole conversation today and how we have shared, and you coming back on. I'm looking forward to the next time you share, and I'm looking forward to members of your church coming on and share, because as everyone know, with the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, that's what that day is all about, the same way the show is all about. We want to hear you share your story of how you emancipated yourself from medical mental slavery, and maybe that story can be of assistance to someone else to help them realize that love is all there is, and step out of that fear zone and know that we are one, and to begin to honor ourselves, love ourselves, put ourselves forward, and do something different. And the something different is honor yourself through the words that you speak, and know that you are the creator of your life. And that's all we're saying here is become your own self-observer. Look at what you've been doing. The only way to create a change is to do something different. And this is very simplistic. Take back control of your health care. Take back control of your life. And so we do thank you for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise each and every Tuesday, sharing with us through the week, and encouraging us to keep moving forward with conscious self-health care. Because, yes, this is the happy program. You're not going to hear us talk about anything else but how to improve your life the way you want to. So before in closing, we're going to go take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and close the show out. And thank you so very much for tuning in, family. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lenthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words sell, CELLLIFE.com. Is it time? Yes, you have been listening to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends. I am a doctor of quantum health and healing, doctor of the future, which is now. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients, his students in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of the illusion of diseases. It's only cellular malfunctions. And I'll leave you with this, and then I'll let Wanda and Rachel and Pastor Paul, Ron close out. Mark, under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, had the following to say concerning the utter failure of physicians to restore health to a woman who had an issue of blood in the days of Jesus. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years and had suffered many things of many physicians and had spent all the time she had and was nothing and was not the better, but rather grew worse. Mark 5:25 and 26 is simply saying, trust that you are a creator of your life, that you are responsible for your temple, know how to take care of this manifested body, and know that you truly are a divine light energetic being, and your consciousness control your life. Wanda, what would you like to share and leave it out?
Well, I'd like to share something about what you said about food and how congregations need to know about eating correctly. And this really ties in with the conversation around nature, because if you think about the organs in our bodies, they are shaped just like some of the foods. For example, if you break a carrot, it's shaped like an eye. And what is good for the eye? Carrots. Like avocados, they're shaped like the uterus. The walnut is shaped like the brain. And celery is shaped like bones. And so nature always gives us clues. And so it is such a great tie-in with our bodies. The other thing I wanted to say was we can talk to our bodies. This has been scientifically proven that DNA has a certain language. And so you can just simply tell your body, and I did this the other day. I mean, my arm was kind of going through some pain, the lymphatic system, the nervous system. So I talked to my nervous system. And I actually said, I love you. You can heal yourself. Now do a good job. Thank you. Brought in my prayer and my golden light as I was walking. And the next thing I know, it was gone. Just like that. Bam. So That's for people to remember. You can actually talk to your body.
Spontaneous healing. Epigenetics is what we've been sharing with you the whole time. And so, Wanda, that's a perfect way of having people realize how powerful their thoughts are and that your thoughts are actually programming your DNA. It's not just read. It is activated by what you say and think. So those thoughts can be of the positive, like Apostle Ron was talking about, which is known as the placebo effect, or those thoughts can go in the realm of the no placebo effect, which means it brings disharmony to your body. In reality, there's no right or wrong, up or down, good or bad. It's only what you create. So why not choose to create something new for yourself, like Wanda just did? Rage.
I just want to say, love yourself, trust yourself, be yourself, and live a conscious lifestyle. And that knowing that I am the visionary and the caboose of this train, extending my hand out from the Dr. K's friendship train to the community. So I ask you to step up and get in and hold on. We have the right information just for you.
Woo woo! Come on and get on board. Pastor Rod, I know you said that was the last word, but maybe you have a last word for us.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm listening. Once again, I don't know, I got caught up with Wanda that time when she was saying it. And also Dr. K using Mark and Itch Your Blood there. That was good. You girls know a lot, don't you? But anyway, one thing that I think one of the last things I want to say, and I want to just send a shout out to all the faith community, is that a train has many cars on it, and most of the time we choose what seat we want to sit in, but we still choose to ride the train. And I want to say this, that there's been a variety of information that has been given out tonight. This is to all my pastors and everybody of the faith-based community that's listening. I just want to say to you that this is a great train of information. Once again, I listened today like I've never done before. I really listened. I wasn't concerned about me speaking today like I was the last time, though it was like the first time. But I just want to encourage you that, sure, there might be things that you might don't understand, you might don't agree with, but there's a whole lot of stuff that you do. And to the faith community, you need to listen to this stuff because of the fact, once again, it's providing a health avenue for you. And once again, I go back to my scripture again in John. The Bible says, above all, I wish that you prosper and be in health as your soul prospers. So once again, guys, thank you for letting me have a seat on your special train, and I appreciate it tremendously. And I'm going to go back and do a little more studying because you guys gave me some good stuff tonight, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Rachel. I'm going to close out with a poem, and I'm going to say what's up next, Kinky Conversation with Pearl Walker, and her topic tonight is the government debate about food stamp cuts and what they're doing with that. But I'm going to leave you with this, and thank you for ending us with harmony and peace, Apostle Ron Spears and Rachel and Wanda. As always, I love you. I'll leave you with this. Change your faith. Reach deep, deep down inside. Remove your faith not of God's. You are holding on to what you don't know. It's stored in a folder of God's faith way. I say search your hard drive, find the folder. Look deep, deep down the tree. Remove the files that are right protected. Release the shutter and open wide. Life is going to make you feel whole again inside. Turn away from controlled faith and give your faith to divine faith. The faith of the world is not the right way. Walk on his wisdom, not of the world's wisdom. See not of this world, but of his world. See the wisdoms of life, true faith. Take no thought to what you think. From this world source, life does not grow. Seek first the highest consciousness of life. This is your kingdom to heaven, for what you think and feel is what you create. The universe asks no questions. Hold your ears wide open. Hear the answers to your life's question. He knows the plan. He created the path. Walk on his faith and see good. For he created you in his image, not the image of this world's life. For you are the root and the offspring of his blessed way. He gave you the right to a good life. It is up to you to have the heart and mind to change your faith. His faith is responsible for bringing the invisible to the visible. Make your thoughts his thoughts. Develop and gradually move forward from one mansion to another. See family and community, the files in the folder, they're not right protected. See the issues of this world not to be true. His face creates a world of good for peace, wealth, health, love, joy, happiness, and harmony, and truth, and serenity. So I say to you, family and community, change your faith to God's tremendous faith. Renew your mind by tuning into yourself and see God is right there, right there, right there, right there inside of you. Peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Tune in next Tuesday and stay tuned for a kinky conversation with Pearl Walker.
Woo,
Body,
woo.
come on and get on board.
Woo!
Don't
Yes.
Greetings and love and kindness, family. This is Dr. K. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends. Right here, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look forward to seeing and hearing from you on next Tuesday. Become our friend on Facebook, Dr. Karen Davis-Foulks, and like our page, Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery. Tune into our YouTube channel, K Davis F, and visit our website, www.celllife.com. We also invite you to tune into Frank Talk Real Talk with host Reverend Dorita Dixon every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And the Sage and Baby Boomer Show with host Ayo Handy Kendi. That's every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right back to Health Talk Health Wise every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m.